this to you about price increases come easily for big businesses, but inflation still squeezes profits. The Wall Street Journal story. Many big U.S. businesses say they've been able to increase prices this year with limited pushback from customers. Not all the changes are leading to higher corporate profits. Prices are sticky. Economics like to say, once they go up, customers get used to it, and they rarely come down quickly. If companies' costs then fall, they can pass along a little of the savings and keep the rest. Customers get a bit of a break and margins still widen. Corporate profit margins, the difference between expenses and revenue, reached historical high levels in recent quarters, helped by strong consumer demand for a range of goods and services. So what does this mean? Customers are not complaining that prices are going up, but how long is that sustainable, Tom? I don't know, because you know what's the one number that they keep bragging about that hasn't changed? And when that changes, it's a massive, massive collapse. You know what it is? It's one number. Unemployment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Employment numbers
still
are
at
strong.
2.5%, which is ironic.
Numbers are strong. Unemployment numbers are strong. Unemployment numbers are strong.
You know, everybody plays games with headlines.
Yeah.
What if this was the headline America had to read? Jerome Powell will continue raising rates until inflation drops 75%.
Jeez.
Everybody would be like, holy crap, it has to drop 75%?
That's
Do you see what I mean?
Do you know how long
From
it'll
8
take?
to 2. Exactly.
How long would that take?
That's going to take 2 years.
Tom, I agree. I think at the earliest it's 18 months. At the latest it's 30 months. This could go into 2024 is what it could go into.
I think it will. I think the presidential election in 2024 is the defining moment, not the midterm election right here, because people haven't seen the bottom yet.
Yeah. I think the biggest spike in the history of the stock market, single day spike going up, will be the day after election in 2024. Wow. You're going to see it is going to be the biggest boom to the roof you've ever seen. If, again, I'm purely...
If the Republicans win, it doesn't matter.
It's not an if.
Oh, okay.
It's a shit show in America, and it ain't changing. It's not an if. It's just who.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a DeSantis? Is it going to be a whoever? It's not about an if. Like, look at the way they pinned COVID on Trump. Mm-hmm. COVID doesn't happen. Trump's the president today. 100%. Everybody says that on the left, the right, the middle. Bill Maher. Bill Maher says that.
Yeah.
COVID doesn't happen. Trump's the president today. Okay. Mm-hmm. What's been worse than a Biden administration in the last 40 years? What does America typically do when they have a side politically that when the economy is bad and everybody's struggling? Everybody says what? We have to change the way we're voting because the people in the middle say what? I'm not doing this again. The day after 2024 election is done with and it's announced, watch what the single day, matter of fact, make a note of when we said this. Watch what happens the day after election. Everybody on the market's going to say the single biggest uptick in the history of the stock market, a single day is going to be said the day after election in 2024. Mark my words.
Wow.
And Dow's going to go to 50,000 in 2024, 2025. 2025.
50,000.
Dow will go to 20.
Bold prediction.
Dow will go to 50,000 in 2025, 2026. Remember when I said this to you?
Yeah.
I'm okay being wrong, and there's a 80, 90% chance I'm going to be wrong. But I'm telling you, Dow, in my opinion, I'm not telling you to do this. Talk to your experts, talk to your accountant, talk to your advisors. I'm banking on Dow's going to be 50,000 in 2025, 2026.
Wow.
But it's going to be a shit show in 2022, 2023.
And people can talk about, do I like my politicians? Do I like my president? All you want. But let me tell you, Jimmy Carter never had a sex scandal. Jimmy Carter never had a, the profane moment off mic. Jimmy Carter was a remarkably nice man who has been proved it. He spent the last 42 years. He's 98 years old, and he's still with us, and he's still doing charitable service, right? And he makes the headlines when he falls down doing charitable service and gets hurt, and he gets back up. He was a nice guy. He was a guy that didn't have a lot of, ew about him, right? But he was fired by the American people in a 49-state landslide. So
by Reagan.
Excuse me. Reagan beat Mondale in the 49th state landslide. But it was he was fired in a monstrous landslide simply because the economy sucks. I'm hurting. You're fired. And what you're about to see in 2024 is 4 times worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I keep thinking about issues too, because with all of this stuff that feels very tangible to people, gas prices, prices of goods and services, you feel that every day. You can't convince people that that's not happening because they feel it. So what is the Biden, let's say Biden runs again, he's not going to run again. Let's say Kamala Harris I call her Cackling Harris, steps up to the plate, and she decides she's going to be the person. What is their issue? Is their only play suburban moms and talking about abortion? Because honestly, I really don't think that can become a key issue when people can't afford to put food on the table. I just don't see how these social issues that they intend to play can play well for them. They can't play economic issues because they've been in charge for how long and the whole economy is in massive distress. Is it a distraction? Do they want chaos? Do they want us involved in some mess with Ukraine so that they can blame outside forces for what's going on in here instead of taking personal responsibility for the horrific policies that they put into place? I don't know. As the days go on, I do think Republicans will have a big victory, both in the midterms and in the next presidential election. I don't particularly think it matters who runs because this is so bad that people will choose whatever that is. But I'm curious what the campaign from the left will look like because I don't see a plus. I keep searching for it, with the exception of them saying to suburban moms, they're going to take, abortion rights away. They want to bring women back, several decades. Yep. I just don't see that as being a powerful message, given what the state of the economy looks like today.
You watch this a lot. Do you think in their echo chamber, though, that they're going to go with that personal liberty message, abortion?
How can they go with a liberty message? They just wanted everyone to get forced vaccination or lose their job.
No, what I'm saying is, do you think in there? I'm asking you because your finger is on the pulse of this stuff more than mine is. So I'm asking an honest question. What do you think? Do you think in their echo chamber they're just going to go for personal liberties, personal freedoms, and saying that the Republicans are going to repress you? And
I think they're going to go for the suburban mom vote. I think they're going to go for women, and I think they're going to hope that it's Donald Trump because they can use his past as something to go against. They can't go against his policy. They'll use his past. They'll paint him out to be a bad guy. They'll bring back, sexual allegations. They'll bring about threats. They're hoping for Trump because they also, you'll notice every speech. Recently, Joe Biden did that speech where he looked angry. It looked like he was standing at the gates of hell. I don't know who advised him to do that. It was absolutely. But you'll notice he didn't talk about the present much. What he talked about was, the Capitol. He talked about what happened. They need to go backward and blame Trump or they have nothing, which is why I keep saying if it's not Trump, I think it's advantageous to the right.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.